Alright, 1 year ago, I started a new online business. Until this day, it has generated me over $1.6 million. But what nobody knows is that I started this online business by accident. As you guys know, my story started as a dropshipper. I was generating millions of dollars in revenue to Google Ads dropshipping. But during this career, I got some requests about a service that I could provide. And I saw this opportunity and I went all into it. So how did these few requests become a 7-figure online business? In this video, of course, I will show you the proof that I generated 1.6 million in 1 year running this business, but I will also tell you guys how I'm even going to scale this business to 200K in monthly recurring revenue this year. I also want to talk about all the mistakes and all the fuck-ups that I made during this business. And of course, the last step, how you can generate this kind of money with a new business model as well, starting from scratch. So first of all, let me show you the proof. I will go into my bank account and I will show you the money that we have processed in this bank account. So guys, I'm here in my phone, and as you guys can see, we have generated 674 British pound last year in 2023, which is an equivalent of almost 800,000 US dollars. This was last year. And if we go to this year, 2024, we have already done 657,000 British pound already in the last 6 months. So we are doubling even our revenue this year compared to last year. But here you guys can see in 2023, we started in January opening this bank account. We had nothing in the bank account. In February, we had nothing in the bank account. And then we started in March. And in March, we processed our first 10K in revenue. And this was just growing steadily after month, and we hit a ceiling around 60K a month in August, and that's when I made one big change. And after this big change, everything exploded, and we went to the 120K month in November 2023, and even in December we did 150,000 British pound, which is almost 200,000 US dollars. So if you see all the money that we have processed this year and last year, if we combine it by each other, we did already 1.6 million in US dollar only running this business model. So now you have seen how much money I've generated. Now you may be wondering, but Jesper, what kind of business model did you use to make 1.6 million US dollars? Well, it's pretty simple. I used the agency model. Don't cut off right now. I'm not talking about social media marketing agency stuff that I'm doing some social media blog posts or Instagram posts for other companies. No, I'm talking about an agency model that I leverage skills that I've learned, and I do deliver these skills to my audience, and that's dropshippers. So I have an agency that serves the dropshippers on the back end and on the front end. What do I mean with that? We first started the agency with just providing customer support to dropshippers. That's the first business and that's the first service that we did in the agency. That's where we had the ceiling of 60K in monthly recurring revenue, because the delivery was not that great. But with running the customer support for dropshippers, we noticed we are on the wrong end of the business, because that is only costing a lot of money for the dropshipper, and they want to cut us like instantly if we are getting too expensive. So I thought, let's change this and let's make dropshippers even more money than they do before. And this is when I introduced Google Ads to my customer support clients. I asked my clients last year, hey guys, can I run Google Ads for you guys? And we get a small percentage of the ad spend, and they were agreeing with me. After 1 month, it totally exploded. This was last October. Really big numbers for my clients. My clients went from 0 to 700K a month, which is insane. We got a percentage of the ad spend, and now we are happy, client is happy, so we all win. So by this small change, everything exploded. Until this day, we are doing great numbers for our clients, so we do good numbers for ourselves as well. So now you may be wondering, but how did you start it by accident? Well, it was never my intention to run an agency model. I was just a regular dropshipper. But during my career as a dropshipper, I met many friends, and they always asked me, Jesper, how do you generate money with Google Ads? Jesper, how do you handle your customer support? And I was just getting tired of just teaching it. I was thinking about, let's use my people, leverage their time, use my employees and rent them out to my friends, and they will pay a small fee above the normal rate. So what I did, I hired VAs for $5 an hour, and I rented them out for $10 an hour. So I made a $5 in profit per hour. But of course, a lot of clients became happy and a lot of friends became happy and they brought in new clients. So everything exploded after that, and I needed to take this one very seriously. Because one thing that I really like about this model is it is, in comparison with dropshipping, a very stable business. It's a very stable business, but not as much and scalable as dropshipping. So I love to combine them both. I still do dropshipping. That's where I do still the heavy lifting, and I make a lot of money with myself in there. But I love to run a team as well. So that's why I do the agency. I love to work with clients. I love to make other people a lot of money as well. So this is where I combine both, and this is really what I'm happy about. But with zero experience running an agency, how did I really get the momentum rolling? So after I get my first clients in, I knew I needed to get out there, but I did not want to do cold outreach, like cold calling, cold emailing. I was thinking about that. No way, I'm not gonna do that. So what I did, I searched up some big coaches in the Netherlands that are teaching e-com or dropshipping to other people. And I reached out to these guys because they already knew me. They already knew who I was in the Netherlands. And I told them, hey, can I provide some free value in you guys' community so they know how to build for example, a customer support team, and I will show this in a free training, and I will pitch my service as well if they don't want to do it themselves. So of course everybody told me, yeah, sure, you can provide some free value. I made an amazing training with a small pitch in there as well to my business model, to my agency, and people got really excited about the training and reached out to me by my calendar, and that's where I closed them. So it has always been my strategy to go in communities, to go in big groups, provide free value, and for the free value I always ask them to jump on a call to discuss their plans, to discuss the real bottlenecks, and that's where I really closed them. After I closed them, I made sure the delivery was on point, the client was happy, and they brought in new clients. And that's the real power by marketing. If happy clients bring in new clients, that means you're doing something amazingly. So now I'm going to discuss all the key mistakes that I made running an agency, because to be honest, it's not that easy as it sounds. The first mistake that I made was focusing on the wrong aspects. I was focusing on making money instead of focusing on delivery of the client. When you just start an agency, you're only thinking about how do I generate more clients, how do I generate more revenue. You're only focusing on growth, which is very good to do at the beginning. But after the beginning and the initial start, you need to start focusing on delivery, because when the delivery is good, the clients will then bring in new clients. I switched a little bit too late. I was still focusing on growth after 5 or 6 months, and I needed to focus on the delivery and on the quality of the service. Because the quality of the service was a little bit of declining while I was scaling, I noticed a lot of drop off. I'll notice a big churn as well. So I needed to switch instantly to the quality delivery, and that's when finally everything was set up correctly and we could scale past it. Another mistake that I made, and I think a lot of people do in this space, is hiring the wrong people. People do promise you a lot of golden stuff, that they're gonna help you scale this business, they are gonna do this amazing stuff, but they also ask a hefty salary or a hefty bonus. And I was very inexperienced with this one, so I was like, oh sure, you can help me and I will pay you this amount if you're worth it. But I never saw if they're really worth it, because I did not know how to manage these people. So well, if you hire the wrong people and you don't know how to manage them, it will be a big mess. So I needed to make good systems, good structures, and hire the correct people. So if they come in the system, they knew how to handle my clients and how to make sure that the delivery was very good. Another mistake that I made in the beginning was not focusing on the margins. I had too thin of a margin, which means when I was starting to scale, my margin drops. Of course, when you scale, your cost raise up and my margin will drop. And that meant that I was a little bit in a cash flow problem when a few clients stopped paying me because they had some cash flow issues as well. And that's the foundation that you don't want. So make sure you have a good amount of margin, so when you scale or when a client does not pay you because they have some payment problems, so you're not in trouble as well. So now I have learned a lot from these mistakes. So now my plan is to bring this business to 200K in monthly recurring revenue this year in Q4, because in Q4 the most amount of money is made in dropshipping, and I need to make sure that these guys, my clients, are making a lot of money with Google Ads in Q4 so they can capitalize on and I can capitalize on it as well. The first step that I'm going to take is hiring more media buyers, especially for Google. We have a lot of Google Ads media buyers already, but we need more, because if we need to handle more clients, we need to have more people. The second step that I want to take is to make the business a little bit more lean. Instead of hiring hiring more managers above managers. I want to give it a little bit more of leanness in the business. This will mean that my people will get more responsibilities and way more output, so I can make sure that the business stays lean and we don't get all these crazy manager stuff, COO, CMO stuff, which is not needed for if we want to scale with the Google Ads. The third step that I'm going to take is raise my prices. Yeah, you heard it correctly. We are in a position that we cannot even handle this more clients. So what can I do to make more money with the same clients? Raise my prices, which is a very, very good thing to do because the quality is there. I will raise the prices so we will make more money with the same amount of clients. The fourth step that I'm going to take is build out my community as well. You guys here on YouTube, you guys belong to my community, but also my community 90 Days to Online Freedom, where I teach you how to start from scratch and make 1K a day with Google Ads dropshipping in 90 days. You will learn everything about Google Ads in the community, so click the first link in the description if you're not in there yet. But if I grow this community, a lot of people will make money with Google Ads dropshipping, but they will hit a ceiling, and that's when my agency comes in. My agency will help you pass that ceiling so you can make 5K, 10K, 20K a day, or even 50K a day just with Google Ads dropshipping, and that's where my service comes in and we are the best in. And the last step that I'm going to take is we bring in more services so we make more money for our clients, and if my clients make more money, we make more money as well. So now in the last part of this video, I'm going to talk about how can you do the same if you start from scratch. How can you start this business model as well? Step number one is, of course, pick your niche. For my example, e-commerce/dropshippers, that's where my niche is. The second step is to identify what problem does my niche have. And remember, you just need to think about the biggest problem that they really want to pay for, because how bigger the problem is that you solve, the bigger the reward is that you get. Step 3 is, once you have identified the problem, now you need to find where are my customers, my ideal customers hanging out online, because they always use some kind of social media, some kind of community building themselves where they connect with others. For my example, this was Discord and Facebook groups. I went into these Discord groups and I went into these Facebook groups as well. And that's where step 4 comes in. Provide free value in these groups. That's exactly what I did. I joined these communities and I started providing a lot of free value, so people already knew, whoa, Jasper is a kind of expert in this one because he's giving away a lot of free value. Let's connect with Jasper. And then step number 5, which is, if you don't have any experience yet about your skill, you just handle your first 5 clients for free in exchange for some kind of review or social proof. Because you have to build a portfolio, you have to build trustworthy, and which you can do perfectly when you handle your clients for free. In return, you get a nice review. Because remember, happy clients bring in more new clients. So that's exactly what you do in step number 6. You focus on great delivery. Make sure your product and your service is amazing so people are happy, because when they are happy, they will talk about you. And step number 7 is just repeat the process and build trust and authority online while you do it. Because if you don't have any followers, if you don't have any branding around you, you can start from scratch, but build the trust and authority in this niche and be the expert in the niche. So everybody in the dropshipping game should have known that I am the authority and I'm such a trustworthy person in the Google Ads niche that I can run Google Ads for you and make money for you as well. So of course, if you want to learn online business like dropshipping, hit the first link in the description, because I will teach you how to make 1K a day with Google Ads dropshipping in 90 days in my community. It's still open, we're not closed yet. So if you guys want to join, click in there. But if you want to make an online business like an agency, follow the step-by-step plan that I just explained and you will make money as well. If you're interested in working maybe with me and my agency, I will leave my calendar as well in the description, but only click on there if you are already running some kind of Google Ads, if you're already active with your Google Ads dropshipping store. Otherwise, we will cancel your appointment and we need to make room and place for another one that is really actively already running these ads so we can help them scale. See you soon.